something wicked underground. Oh. Something, play me something wicked underground. Yo, you don't know me. Something, play me something wicked underground. Oh. Something, play me something wicked underground. Don't know me. Something, play me something wicked underground. Oh. Something, play me something wicked underground. Yo, you don't know me. Something, play me something wicked underground. Oh. Something, play me something wicked underground. Don't know me. Something, play me something wicked underground. Oh. Something, play me something wicked underground. Yo, you don't know me. Something, play me something wicked underground. Oh. Something, play me something wicked underground. Don't know me. Something, play me something wicked underground. Oh. Something, play me something wicked underground. Yo, you don't know me. Something, play me something.
Can you hear me now? I'm mad that I was going to go out to that show and I didn't. Right, though? I have another one here, so that might focus up. Oh, shit. We just had Santos just came down here because I left the gate open by mistake. Who is this? Jules! What is up? How you been? You're right, Carl. I know I'm mad, but I feel like last time I had to pay for to watch it. No, I'll put it on my phone right here and we'll see what's up. Did you? Yes. I did see a lot of it, but like I said, I always have a work webinar at the same time on Thursdays. I'm good. Are you coming out to any of the ICP shows? Hi, Ronnie. Yeah, JCW was great. I'm gonna click on this, see what's going on. Oops. Skip this.
Big Vito is getting ready to come out as the Juggalo. He's got to come out and have the paint. I had a chance. I got backstage.
Sorry, I was just like listening to what they had to say. I do love I'm watching them on the other podcast. Sorry, it's more interesting than this one, but I think that's pretty funny. Yes, Justin Allen in the chat. Here's Violent J now on the other podcast. Yeah, so I'm watching this. And sorry, guys. Um, so let's see. Justin Allen said, "Did never ride with us, never slide with us, come in something with us.
I've
I've
been
been inside
inside your
the
puss so many times it's loopy.
loopy.
I look at you naked, my dick goes droopy. Scoop me? Shit, black truck rolls on. You a rider
Like
like
my
my
name.
name's Malone, dumb bitch. Hell yeah,
Oh,
I'm
but my dick goes droopy. Yes, that's it. I hate when that happens to me. I mean,
riding.
mm. Mm. Yep, just keeping a peek on this other situation here. Keeping a peek. What? What? You're in North Carolina now. Oh, okay. That's down by Juan Marauder. I feel like he's in the other Carolina. Let's go. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to keep a tab on this. And for those who are interested, it's just that Violent J is going to be on this other one. So I'm so mad I didn't fly out for that show. I mean, it was like, I really wish I had done it, but I didn't. So can't keep regretting stuff. I only regret all the stuff I don't do. But I was going to fly out for those 3 Detroit shows, and that would have been a great fucking show to see. Well, sounds like that hog rock gathering is actually falling apart. I'm sure I did not hear. I don't hear anything unless it's pretty something big because then he'll tell me. But I'm like almost never on Facebook. And that's pretty much where the stuff like that goes down. Can't keep keeping my eye on something else. Sorry. Um. So what happened with it, Josh? It's just since there's already a couple other things planned. Oh. Oh. Well, there you go. They can have the pedo festival there then. Definitely are gonna support that. So while going through things the other day, I found 3 mixed CDs from Napster LiveWire days. I couldn't play them on anything. I want to get them to you. Yes, do it. In case there's some gems on it. I know I had some Lotus remixes that were dope and I've never been able to find again. Maybe on one of those discs. Good point. Yeah, it's cool that having this external drive now, we can listen to, all kinds of stuff. So definitely do it. If you need my address again. Yeah, I love finding old CDs. I don't usually, I'm not the one that finds them. I keep thinking these people are talking to me, but I'm like, wait, what? Oh no, that's something different. Let's see. It's today, Thursday. Thursday throwback. I don't know what we're throwing back. Drink. I used to toss. Violent J didn't paint up. He's wearing a mask. Painted up at home. This is crazy. Mm, let me just double check. Can you hear this? No, he wanted to lose.
It's always going to be problems that only you and
Can you hear this?
production know how it was supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? Yep. Yep. And when it doesn't work like that, it's still good. But even if it's still good, you walk away kind of bummed out because you know you could. It's still good. It's okay. And me and Vito had more dialogue. The lights cut out way too soon. You know what I mean? And we had way more dialogue. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what happened. And it was set up at a perfect time when right when it was about to go down, the lights cut out. You know, but they cut the lights out right away. And me and Vito said to each other, they fucked up. You know? Oh yeah, yeah. When the mics were down, you know what I mean? But yeah, talking about it on the way back with
Can you
Vince and
hear it?
everybody, we were like, they don't know what it was supposed to be though, so it worked out fine. You know what I'm saying? It still was good. I was still happy with it watching it today though, man. That's for sure. As far as people leaving, it seemed like they all came back toward the end because we hit 3,000. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, oh dear. Yeah, it was incredible inside the room, and even in the chat room right now. By the way, Jay, I'm looking at the numbers, and these are the strongest numbers we've ever had for the post show. So I got a question for you, man, because sitting here watching the show, I want to send super stickers and stuff. How do I do that? You simply go, Jeff, tell them how to do that.
Yeah, well, I got it. If you were on your phone, there is a bottom right. They got like a little dollar sign button next to where you type in your
Anyone
chat.
have a
I think
question?
it's the
I'll
same
ask.
way on desktop as well. But you just click that, and then you'll have options: super chat, make your message stand out, super stickers, all that stuff. So you just
It's on the bottom right.
yeah, next to the chat bar.
Okay, and if it's like that, okay. So we would tell them, you're like me. I'm not really sure, so I'm glad you're asking. It says live chat, and then it says settings. Is that what I'm looking at here or no?
Oh, you're on the. Are you on like a TV?
I'm on like a Roku TV.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
if you can do it
geez.
on there. I don't know. Anybody in the chat, Matt, can you see the chat? They let us know if you can do it on the TV app.
Look, yep.
Because
I could probably do it on my phone all the same.
yeah, I know you can on the phone, and I know you can on desktop, but I'm not positive on like TV apps. I don't know.
And we've got one right here. Nelso Kelso saying JCW quickly became my favorite weekly show. Heyo, Jeff and Mac, good to see you in here. And thank you so much for the super sticker and being part of the show. Also, Retro Shred saying Vito ain't been dissed like this since
Sorry,
David
guys.
Flair and Crowbar crashed his Italian dinner on
I didn't
Nitro.
see what you wrote. What did
Vampiro
you
popped
say?
me hard too.
Can you guys hear this?
JCW can't be stopped. Oh yeah. How does that make you feel, Jay? Because you put it not just financially, but I mean this
A
is your
bunch
baby
puppies.
for a
Oh my
long,
God, that shit's
long
hilarious.
time. When you start seeing people responding to JCW the way they are right now, how does that make you feel? Well, I want to be clear. I tell this every time I go on the podcast, but it's important to me that people know this. JCW has been my baby, but the truth is, JCW was just a promotion for juggalos. You know what I mean? And we didn't really have aspirations of
Yes.
taking it anywhere. It's never been a goal to take
Right. That's
JCW
true,
and try to
Carl.
get a true success on its own. You know what I mean? It was just something to entertain juggalos at the gathering, to entertain juggalos at a lot of our concerts, and mostly at annual events like Juggalo Weekend or the Christmas party or the Halloween party. It was something for that, but about a couple years now, about 2 years ago now, is when we really set out. When Lunacy came, when Lunacy was the exact time from the beginning of Lunacy that we said we're doing this for real. Yep. Our touring career slowed down. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Thanks.
and freed up a lot of time. You know what I mean? And
Let's take our
Shaggy
package
began his
channel.
podcast, and he puts a lot into that. You know what I mean? and I had free time and I wanted to do my thing, you know.
I'm over here
And
chatting.
man,
Sorry, guys.
JCW becoming a
Um,
real thing is a goal.
no, is it?
It's first of all, it's nice to have a brand
Oh
new
yeah,
goal.
right,
It's nice
right.
to have another goal in life because I haven't set a goal for myself in years, you know. And when I like to think that when I set a goal, I don't fail. And what I mean by that is, I try not to set my goals so high that it's almost impossible. You know, I don't think like that. I set my goals reasonable, and I think that I can handle this. I think I can pull this off, you know. And so we set the goal about 2 years ago,
Thank
and we've
you.
been steady growing since. I mean, shit, tonight we had 3,000 viewers live. You know, that's like, you know, it's still we're growing bigger and bigger as we go. You know, and it feels a lot like starting ICP. Every little milestone is so awesome feeling. You know what I mean? Every little thing we do that we reach new ground it
Yeah,
feels
that's a
awesome. You
long
know,
time,
and
dude.
it's very exciting like that to be able to
I mean, my first
have those
JCW
feelings again where
show
everything's
was
brand new, you know.
23
And
years ago,
I
I
heard you
feel
asking,
like.
saying earlier, Mac, that you wanted to ask me things about like our goal, what my goal is with JCW and everything. And I've been thinking about it since you said that. And like now, again, now this is my goal. My goal is to see JCW be um, a respected wrestling company in the United States. I'm not really focused about worldwide. You know what I mean? Because anybody can watch it around the world that wants to. You know, but there's so much involved in bringing it overseas and stuff. It's just so much. So I don't really think about worldwide success right now. But
Right.
I would like to see JCW pay for itself.
Someone was
We've got
asking me if
a
anyone
lot of
watched
our wrestlers
JCW.
working
I
for
said I
really,
do
really
since the
cheap.
beginning.
A lot of
Someone
them work
else
for
was like,
cheaper than
wow,
they normally
lunacy or
do
26
because they
years
believe in
ago.
this company. I would like to pay
Right.
everybody what they're worth. You know what I mean? And I would like to see the company make enough money that it sustains itself, that it pays for itself. You know what I mean? That would be
But
accomplishing our goal. If this company made enough money that
if
it
I
took
didn't
care
have
of
to
itself,
foot the
you know what
bill,
I mean? Because right now it just loses money every show. It loses, at least 10 grand every time we do one. You know what I'm saying? Every show we do, you know. And I like to get out of that and actually see it pay for itself. I'm not worried about profit or anything like that. I, I don't think about getting rich off wrestling, you know. I would like to see it pay for itself. I'd like to pay all these wrestlers what they're worth. I'd like to pay everybody what they're worth behind the scenes, man. And that's my goal, to see JCW in such a spot that it takes care of itself. You know what I mean? Financially.
A lot of people ask me this, and I'm sure you get this too. Are we
oh,
looking
my
at
mic
going to
was turned
streaming
down.
at some
Sorry.
point, some type of a streaming platform or TV even? Is that something that is in your mind that in the future you'd like to see happen?
Right.
This is a true
Exactly.
story, brother. This is
Exactly.
gonna sound like I'm making it up, but I'm not. We've been talking about that since day one. You know, how do we get on TV? How do we get a streaming deal? How do we get a network deal? How do we do all that? You know, we just don't know, right? But we wanted to get the show to a spot that it was good enough that we figured we could do that. You know, we wanted to make sure JCW was good enough that we felt we could be on TV. We could have a good, lucrative streaming deal or something like that, right? So we started to talk about it. And me and Billy had a conversation one day. We talked for about 45 minutes. And right when I was hanging up,
Sorry, I moved away from
I
the
was talking
mic.
to another friend of mine too. And right when I was hanging up, I saw an email come in. And it said something about, you know how you can see your emails pop in on your phone, you know?
Yeah.
I don't normally go to email like I should, man. But an email came in and it said something about JCW. So I clicked it to see what it was. And man, lo and behold, it was a company interested in packaging and selling the show to networks.
Oh, great.
Like if they came to us, which is what we hoped would happen, because we don't have the knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sure enough, we got to a spot where these guys have been watching us for months, and they
Right.
wanted to
I'm
try
saying,
and package the company and sell it to a network or to a streaming site or somewhere. And we've been meeting with them and having conference calls and everything, and we figured out how the approach, how to go about it, how much we want to try to sell the show for, and everything, man. It's actually taking place. Like we were just trying to finalize the entire deal between them and us so that these guys can come out to Vegas and just have a good time and check out the next couple shows, you know, because
Very
it
cool.
actually starts right then. They're going to be trying to shop the show to a network or to a streaming platform or something. And if we do that,
yeah. Okay.
That will
Yeah, the
basically pay
JCW
for
Arena. What was that
what I'm
about?
talking about. That'll pay for all the wrestlers. That'll stop us from having to spend money on these episodes. You know what I'm saying? And it would be paid for it within itself. Then at that point, once we reach that eventually, then we'll set more goals. You see what I'm saying? How to get higher. Because we're nowhere ready to stop. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we are very much underway of trying to get a television deal or a streaming deal or something, man. But we don't want any chump shit. We don't want anything small. We want something significant. You know what I mean? We're happy on YouTube. I mean, anybody can see it. Everybody has YouTube. You know what I mean? If you're on one of those apps, you got to have that app to even be able to see it. And everybody can see YouTube. You know what I mean? Around the world. And so we like the format of YouTube. I like being able to do things live. You can even do pay-per-views on YouTube. You can do anything on YouTube. But yeah, man, we are very much underway of trying to get this show a deal. The only thing that scares me, the only thing that scares me is if we got a network deal or even a streaming deal, is I worry about characters like cocaine and like the angle where cocaine is and the outbreak is battling drug abuse. I would hate to have to let angles go like that. You know what I mean? I would just like to be considered adult entertainment, sort of like something that's 18 plus or something, and we'd be able to stick to our more raunchy fucking maybe wrong change the right word, but more of our adult themes, nothing sexual, but you get what I'm saying. I would like to not be censored, you know what I mean? So that's the only thing I worry about doing some kind of network deal or something is having to
Yes.
tone stuff down. But
But
we
then
could do it to
again,
some degree. We could tone things down to some degree, but nothing that we feel would actually jeopardize the freshness of lunacy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and if and I can't imagine I know that we have a show that I think will be next week, and there's a promo, and I remember coming to you after this promo, and I rarely will go up and mention to somebody after something that happens during the show. I might do it after the show, but I came straight to you and went straight to Vampiro, and the promo that you two cut in
yeah,
the
no
ring
doubt.
was very raw, very real, and I can't imagine that TV would be able to carry what happened in the ring. But for those who appreciate a more adult themed kind of wrestling show,
Right.
this was so real and so raw that even the language didn't bother me because it felt so
The
damn
language
good.
didn't bother me.
So I can understand your hesitation of, I don't want to be pulled back too much because we lose the
People didn't like the
personality that is
thing through the
Exactly.
tongue
JCW.
either.
Yeah, it's
I'd
because
rather just be
people are
considered
fucking
something different,
bitches.
Oh yeah.
that it's like you're not your typical wrestling, and even if it had to be advertised that way or something, I'm happy with that. I would rather have a smaller crowd and be able to do what we do, free to be able to do it, than to have to restrict ourselves to get a bigger audience. You know what I mean? Because I think when you start restricting yourself and restricting your art, you
Yeah,
get
that's
to a lot of
true.
that. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Just like in music, they call it a
I
sellout.
love the
When you
colors.
change your art, you change your music to fit a wider audience. That art is not what you originally intended it to be. You start to fuck with the art to get a wider audience. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's selling out. And I don't want to sell out our product and make it something different aimed for a wider audience. I want it to be exactly what it
He's like,
was
I
when we
just
came up with
can
it.
only
You know
pay
what I
for
mean?
so much of
Yes,
this.
he said 10,000 a
You
show,
know,
and that's
yeah, I heard you
probably
say that.
being
I mean, as long
with
as
a
you can get
lot of
that
people
audience, you
and
can still
stuff
be
going
very
on.
profitable with a niche audience. I totally agree with that. Cyber Brick saying, when will we get JCW in St. Louis?
Jesus.
We
Why
play
does
St. Louis all
everyone
the
do
time.
that?
We just had we played the what's it called, the right there at St. We play the Pops nightclub right there across from St. Louis in Indiana, but it's right across from downtown St. Louis. We play Pops all the time. You know what I mean? We were just there last year with JCW, but we'll be there again soon. Absolutely.
And you brought up cocaine. I do want to ask about that because tonight was the night we saw him become champ. What is the thought process that goes into that? I know different promoters look at things different ways. Okay, well, this guy, everybody loves him. We're going to let him go with it. Or the storyline fits this. So when you're picking the
Is he gonna
belt
go to
to go
rehab?
on cocaine, is it as simple as everybody loves him? It's his time? Is there more
I'm not
to
even
it? And
watching this, but
also, the interesting choice to do it
oh,
not
it's on
on
my
the
phone. I'm
lunacy
like, where is
taping,
this?
but I
Blue
believe
Note.
it was
Yep.
Juggalo weekend, right, in Miami. which is a cool thing to show fans that go to anything can happen.
They
in
didn't
any show.
record
I
that really though.
guarantee
You,
you,
Well,
well,
I
they'll go
Carl
mean,
there
said
and
they
not
did.
expect
Yeah.
to see the
I
world
mean, they had
championship
footage
change
of it.
hands that night.
Like,
So what's the thought process that goes into that when you say, you know what, cocaine's going to be the champ?
Well, in that particular in that particular example,
hmm.
we were having problems with Mr. Anderson and his scheduling. You know what I'm saying? The shows
The
he was available
50s
to do, he's got a
guy.
Right.
Oh
family and
no,
everything. He's
right.
got a lot
I
going
just like
on.
I
You know what
feel
I
like
mean?
that guy should
The
have a
shows he was
name
able to do and everything,
Mister something.
we needed more. You know what I'm saying? We need more as our world champion. You know what I mean? So we figured we had to put
His
the
name's
belt
like
on
Mr.
somebody else
Kennedy or
so we can
something.
have a
Right.
champion that's around more often. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be honest. And Cocaine was perfect. He's the most reliable guy we got on the roster. You know what I'm saying? He's super, super over. I think out of the whole roster, out of all the new characters that Lunacy kind of came up with, Cocaine was the first one to get a chant in his name. You know what I mean? Where the crowd's chanting their name. You know what I mean? Cocaine was the first one to actually get over.
The
And
crowd, a lot of that
he's
crowd
super
loves
over now,
cocaine
especially when
also.
we go out west, man. They love him. They love the shit out of him. And so we wanted to put the belt on a JCW guy. I'm not always a fan of putting the belt on like somebody that's not a full timer at JCW but has a big name. You know what I mean? I like to stick it on
Now that I got
JCW
my
guys that are our own
50% back,
soldiers that are going to be at every show, things like that. You know what I mean? So that had a lot to do with why we put it on cocaine when we did. You know what I mean?
And I think that's smart too, Jay, because a lot of times I see people bring in the big names and they make them the stars of
Right.
the show
that's
and
what
build their
happened. They,
companies around them. When the reality is they're going to be gone, and you've got to rely on the guys you have in your locker room that are always going to be there. So I think that's a smart choice. I see too
Right.
many
Like
The other
names
thing
being
is,
Cordova
thrown
or
out.
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
the other thing is, okay, like take Nick Nemeth for example, right? When we use Nick Nemeth, a lot of people, even our own commentary team, and I get on them about this. A lot of people refer to him like they're not a regular in JCW. They when they're cutting their promos against him, they say, "Oh, you used to be, you know, Dolph Ziggler and this and that, and you're a big time star coming here." I don't like that. Dolph Ziggler is a JCW wrestler.
Yep.
He's always on the show. You know what I'm saying? He's on the show all the time. I don't like to treat him like he's something different. You know what I mean?
I do.
He's on the show all the time. So I don't like it when we act like he's an outsider coming here or he's bigger deal than we are. You know? If I don't think we should act like that. I think we should treat it like we're at his level. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Because it brings the whole company up. But if we say, "Oh, it's such a privilege to have Nick Nemeth here," you know what I mean? It brings us down. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And,
Right.
and, and
I
I
agree.
don't really like that. I like to consider the names we use as we're on their level. You know what I mean? I think that's how you get the right. That's the correct way to use them.
Yup.
I agree.
This last week
Yeah.
showed that, and
Yup.
that's something I noticed with the main event last week. Facade and Stephen Flo and Cocaine
Okay.
belonged in there with Nemeth and Anderson and Vito. They're just as important to that match as the
Those
veterans are. I
straws were
think
pretty
that's one
funny.
thing we're seeing with the JCW talent. Is just like you said, they're all valuable and they're all have their worth, and there's not like tiers here. It's everybody
Right.
contributes to the show.
100%.
I do want to mention that.
Equal amounts. Like the guys asking you, Mac. They were asking about Luigi Primo. They were asking about cocaine.
Yeah.
They're not bringing up the big names from former WWE and TNA guys. You know what I mean? They're talking about these guys they discovered. So they're all equally as important, and equally as valuable. You know what I mean?
And I got to tell you, Jay, that blew me away when that happened. I'm sitting in the store and guys like, "Hey, have you ever heard about these guys?" And it cracked me up because I was not. I mean, I just wasn't expecting those names to come out of his mouth. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm living in Georgia, so I wasn't even expecting at this point to hear those names. And those names popped up, and I thought, how strange is it that three names this guy's asking me about all work with JCW? Says a lot for where JCW is right now. Let me ask you real quick, too. I do want to mention, first of all, 3,000 viewers is what Nigel Davis was saying. And also,
Nigel, thank you for that 50, man.
Yeah, man, that $50 we certainly appreciate. Catman saying, great episode tonight. Congratulations for the 3,000 on tonight's episode. Looking forward to seeing what's next. Keep up the good work, y'all.
Thank you for that, Catman.
There's something I noticed on tonight's show, Jay, that seemed a little bit different. There was a little tweak to tonight's show. I noticed
I'm
music
not
in the
sure.
background of some of the
I don't
vignettes in
know
the
how
back.
much they get,
I kind of really
but
dug that.
I
What
am
made that
two
decision?
Yeah, we
subscribers
did.
away
I
on
did.
YouTube from
I
being at
started to
1,000.
incorporate it.
If you're
Me
not
and
following
Jeff
me on
did, and
YouTube,
we didn't want to
two more.
incorporate it too much. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Then
I
maybe I
noticed that
can
when we
find
were
out.
using it too much or too loud, it became too distracting. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So we were
I
bringing
wonder
it
how
in
much
and out,
they
and
actually
it
get out of
worked
the
the way we
feeds.
ended up using it. But I like music because nobody else does that, and it really can change the whole feeling of a vignette. You know what I mean?
It does
Music
because
can be
there were times
really
where
helpful.
there were times where it felt very dramatic and very intense, and that music made that feel that way. And so, yeah, when I heard that, I was like, ah, they're playing something a little bit different and new. I think the last time I saw something like that may have been Lucha Underground, may have been the last show I think ever I heard music in the background like that. And I always thought it was really cool. I thought it was perfect for a
We've been
wrestling
doing it for
show.
a minute. We usually have it with the Monster Corp when Jasmine St. Clair's cut a promo. We usually have some scary music behind him. You know what I mean? We started to use it during the outbreak. You know what I mean?
I
But yeah,
like
man,
them
it's a
too.
powerful tool,
They're
man,
fun.
and you don't see it a lot in wrestling, which is super cool about it, man. You
Yes.
know?
Retro Shred with a $5 donation saying,
All
also, Violent
right,
J, can you explain the wellness policy in JCW? I lost count of the flagrant and suspected violations inside the ring alone. I guess
There was quite a few tonight.
Hey, we don't really have one, man.
you're in the wrong fucking show for
I
that.
think he was enjoying the outbreak, enjoying everything else in the ring. So
Yeah, we don't really have them
Nice.
because we don't have any contracts or anything. Nobody's under contract. Everybody can leave. You know what I mean? Anytime they want. We don't have anybody locked into a contract. So, you know, everybody's an independent worker. You know what I mean? So we don't
yeah.
really have that set up yet. But again, you know, if we landed on some network or stuff, a lot of that comes with that stuff. You know what I mean? We're still growing.
Joe, how did you get the group of talent you have in that locker room? I'm guessing you handpicked quite a lot of these guys because it feels like they all have the same type of attitude, whatever it takes to make this work. And that is unusual in a locker room for wrestling, especially in an independent wrestling level. You know, you don't find a lot of guys. A lot of them are all cutthroat. And you've been in wrestling long enough to know that. This locker room, I don't feel that way.
You be
Man, it's
chilling in the
stunning. You
locker room, bro?
know, we get so many,
Yeah.
I call them demos because I come from the music world, but we get so many submissions of wrestlers trying to get into JCW. You know what I mean? And the way 95% of them talk is like, man, you need me to come in there and light that bitch up. You need me to come in there and show what I got. Like they present it like we need them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and there's other people that totally come at you in a different way. And when they speak really respectful, it goes a long way. Like the way people present themselves to me. I'm just saying what works for me. You know, when people present themselves and they say, man, they compliment what we're doing and they compliment what it is they like about what we're doing and they speak respectfully, you know, it makes me feel the
Yeah.
need to want to give them a proper look and check them out, you know, and at least talk to them, you know what I mean? But one thing that really works with me personally too is when a guy is relentless about getting in. When a guy is like really trying, contacting over and over and over, because we got some of our best luck with that type of person.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Like
they're hungry.
they're hungry. They want in, and they really mean it. And it's you don't get the notion that they're putting that same effort to get into everywhere. They just want to get into JCW. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And if that's what the feeling you get out of them, you tend to want them here too because they obviously really like the product. You know what I mean? And they stay watching even when you haven't called them back in a month. You know, they're still trying. You know, Ring Rat was like that. Ring Rat was like that, 100%. Cocaine was like that to a degree. You know what I mean? These people that they really try, they really want to get in, and that shit's flattering. And you know, and it's nice to be, to have people want to get in like that really bad, and you want to do it for them. You know what I mean? Because you think, dang, this person would really appreciate their spot, and they're gonna work their ass off. You know what I mean? So
And that's what
let's
I
give them
love
a
about
try. You know?
that's the reason I love this locker room, Jeff. I'm gonna let you hop in just a second here. I'm sorry, but one of the reasons I love this locker room is that the similarity of everybody back there trying to prove something. You know, a lot of these guys have either been passed over or haven't been looked at, given a fair chance, whatever it may be. And there's a lot of people in the back that are trying to say, fuck you. I'm better than you say I am, and I can prove it. And I want to see what I can do when I'm inside JCW. It's the reason I came there. I think there's a reason why a lot of other guys came there. We had something to prove. We got tired of people telling us we can't when we know that we could.
Mm.
Yeah. I think it's one of our best things about JCW is the locker room, the camaraderie between everybody. People actually care about each other. People are, there's never no fighting or any drama or any arguments or anything like that. Everybody really cares. If there is any type of little argument, people people are crying afterward,
Right.
feeling bad about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
It's like
were.
a nice family. It's a
Was
real family,
was
and
there any of those
everybody loves
commercials
each other,
tonight?
and it's something we're very, very, very fucking fortunate about, man.
Cool.
Everybody really does care about each other. Whenever we come out with new, um, like when like okay, like we have this new outfit we're about to give everybody, right? It's like a lunacy outfit.
Aw,
What they
I
call
love that.
tracksuits, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants one. Everybody wants one. Or if we say, hey, we're going to be ordering these are like $45 if everybody wants one. The whole roster's buying them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like everybody wants them, And that shows camaraderie. That shows like everybody wants to wear the same thing. They want to be a team. Everybody wants to be a team and wear that flag. I love that, man. We're very fortunate for that.
Speaking
Yeah.
of wearing that
10K.
merch, Jeff and I'm thinking on the screens on Thursday nights, we look good in some merch if we had some.
Sure
Maybe
would.
a jersey, a cap, something like that. But
You've seen that commercial, right? That's where you get it.
Listen, Greg, I love a businessman. Till 5 Wrestling and $10 donation. We
I'm
appreciate it.
paying
Great
you enough
episode of
already.
Lunacy as always. I had the pleasure of interviewing Vito and Noel this week. Episode is on the channel. Vito had choice words for Violent J and Vampiro. Hope to meet you all this summer.
Cool.
Let's see. We also have Eric saying, I love the show. It was a good, solid show that feels like it's built on a great foundation, even with all the fun, crazy stuff on top. I mean, these things, I just love hearing these things. Also, is JCW still considering coming to Port Huron? I don't know.
I think ICP's coming on my birthday. No, that's Cadillac.
Yeah.
That's Cadillac, but you'll be
Cadillac, Michigan. Yeah.
How far is Port Huron, or is that how you say that? Huron? How do you say it?
I don't know. Port Huron. No, we've been coming to Saginaw, right?
Yeah, we haven't gone to Saginaw. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any plans on coming to Port Huron.
Hey, look, if I'm sure that you're always open if somebody wants to offer the sponsor a show somewhere. Willing to listen, right?
We don't even do shows like that, sponsor shows. We don't do them at all. We sponsor all our own shows. Yeah. That's another thing that'd be nice. Somebody, hey, we want to pay all your wrestlers and run a show.
Yeah, okay. Hey, look, you heard it right here. Contacting us. See, Daniel Stewart.
Contact them,
Great
guys.
episode tonight.
$10,000.
Can't wait to see everyone in Vegas. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Vegas, but let me ask you, you've got a busy, busy time because you're not just doing JCW. You have ICP, too, that you're touring with. So how busy is Vegas going to be for you?
Well, Vegas is different because Vegas is the day off from ICP. We're playing the night before and the night after, but right. Vegas is just the show. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it. I think Stranglemania is going to be a great thing. I think it's going to be a fantastic day. Tickets are selling really, really well. You know what I mean? I'm really excited about it, man. I'm excited about everything.
Yeah.
I'm worried about like making sure we get our work done, getting all our pre-tapes done when we get into town. You know what I mean? But you got to worry about that every city.
That happened to me with something that I got like one of those drop ship things.
Awesome,
And I was like, this shit is not pink. It was like so faded looking.
Watch us there. And do you have the information, Joe, with you by any chance that talks about where to get these tickets where people want to, go ahead and get something purchased?
I don't have any idea.
Okay. My man.
I think for the live event, where do you get tickets? Yeah, I really don't know, man. I'm sure it's on one of those flyers or somewhere though, or on the website. Just look up
What
Psychopathic
website?
Records
I
or
don't
go
know,
somewhere
man.
on one of the Facebook or social media channels. I'm sure that information is out there. Also, we have Weird Bob. Hey, good to see you. Mac, Jeff, Violet, Jay, and me and Strange Suspicion. Love you guys. Hell yeah, that's my man. They help us with the commercials that we show all the time. That's my boy Bob at Strange Suspicion helps us like a motherfucker, man. He makes those commercials. He's a big part of lunacy, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
he's a guy that was knocking at the door a long time. He's a perfect example, man. Somebody was like, "Hey, I want to help. I want to help. I want to help," and now they're a major part of the show. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, man.
Bob and I actually had conversations. Now that I'm sitting here realizing who this is, when we did some of the JCW commercials, he and I talked back and forth. He does some incredible commercial work. He really
And
does.
Rebecca Speed, man, he is
Yep.
the
Oh yeah.
shit. He is the shit. I don't know if you guys saw that new commercial for the next 3 shows, Mayday, 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 that we're doing in
I
May.
wish I had looked at him
Put
in
that
real
commercial in
life.
like 2 days. Put that together in like 2 days, man. He is just the shit, man. I give it up to Bob, man. And Strange Suspicion is awesome, man.
Very cool. Bob, make sure you do grab me while you're in Vegas and make sure that we get a picture or something while we're there. City by the Bay. Thoughts on Tony Khan? I was going to ask this question. Thoughts on Tony Khan? Also, bring back Zach Amico.
Yeah, for sure, man. The commentary thing is weird, man. We used to have nobody. Now we got too many guys. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good problem to have, though.
Man, I got nothing but love for Tony Khan. He gave us props on that social media tweet, man. I got nothing but love for him, man. I can't believe it. Like, he seems like a super nice guy. He seems like I agree with a lot that he says,
Yep.
and I got nothing but respect for him,
You're
man.
so
Tons of respect
right off
and
camera.
love, man. And I think he's a dope guy.
We also have DK
You
Juggalo
would
doing
have,
sports, and I'm
but you
glad to
still,
see
yeah, sure, sure.
JCW reigning diamonds. And I have been down since the beginning, and I can't wait for the future. And since I'm fasting with the other promotions, JCW is what I'm dialed in on. Keep it up.
We're gonna keep it up for you, man. That's right.
Absolutely.
That's why we're doing it, man.
Yeah, and everything like this, including all these super chats tonight. If you want to be a part of the show, it's a super chat. Put it in the room. But everything you do to support JCW is felt by the guys in the back. I can tell you that. We feel that momentum. I know, Joe, you got to feel the momentum of the fans because it's almost like you can't help but feel it when you're around them. And even when you're not around a live crowd, you still hear people talking all the time about JCW.
You know, I'll tell you something. A record label person told me years and years ago.
Yep. Yeah.
He said, "You never
Yes.
know how much you're blowing up because you're not there. You're where you're at. You're
Right.
not on the street where people are handing your CD to other people. You need to check this out. This shit is so dope. You need to check this out. You're not there. You never know how much you're blowing
Right.
up because you're not there for it. And JCW is the same way. Man, I'm telling you, within a span of 2 months ago, the fans at our live events were not as dialed in as much as they are now.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, especially the tours with ICP. When JCW plays with ICP, a great deal of that audience is very appreciative of the wrestling. They give love to the wrestling, but they don't necessarily know what's going on. You know what I mean? Yep. They're just cheering everything, and you know, if a guy's an obvious bad guy, they're booing, and they're being very respectful, but they don't really know what's happening. Them days are long gone. Everybody knows who everybody is now. You know, so much. It was probably only 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago. I was standing next to Billy backstage, and Vito was out there cutting a promo
Sure.
at the beginning of the show, and I believe we were in Saginaw, and he brought up somebody's name, cocaine or something, and the place popped. You know, he just brought somebody's name up and they reacted, just like on Raw or something, you know what I mean? And he brought somebody else's name up and they're booing. You know what I'm saying? It's like they know who these people are now, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And we're seeing its growth right before our eyes. That's the most exciting thing about JCW is you can see the growth right in your face. You can see things growing around you. And
Like
it's
a
super
fungus.
exciting. It reminds me of the beginning days of ICP, man. And it's refreshing to feel that again at this age, you know, to feel that kind of passion for something again and to see it work. You know, it's like it's been working. It's really exciting, man.
King Cobra with a $2 donation or whatever the little symbol is there. Will you ever do a JCW event in the UK?
I'd love
Probably
to,
not.
man. I'm sure we will one day.
Want to pay for us to come
Yeah,
over?
it's just not
Sure.
a priority to go over there because we'd have to fly our entire roster over there.
It's crazy.
It costs ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah.
It's just about the money, you guys. It's not that we don't want to bring it over there or anybody's not worth our time. That's bullshit, man. We would love to come over there. But, man, the expenses on us, we don't have that kind of money, man. We just don't, you know. things might change though. If we do a if we do a network deal, we might have the money to be able to come over and do something like that. Who knows, man? But right now, it's just not in our budget, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
he's
a lot of
paying out of
companies try to
pocket
grow
ten
too
grand for
quick, and
every one
that's
of
one of
these
the things
three
I do love
show
about how you're
dealios,
handling
you know.
JCW is that you're taking your time with it to make sure we do it right. Because a lot of guys will come in, they'll drop a boatload of money trying to start up a federation or some type of group, and they spend all their money right away and they waste it when they could have done it differently. What you're doing, where you're trying to grow it slowly, you'd rather grow it fast if you could, but at this point, you're growing it slowly because it's more financially makes sense for you in the pocket to do it the way we're doing it. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had a wrestler say to me one time, "Hey man, we need to go to Australia. We need to go to Australia." And I'm like, "You know how much money we would lose going to Australia?" Right? And they're like, "We need to go. I got a hookup. We need to go." You know. And that's let me ask you something. If you were running
Yeah,
JCW,
that was.
if you were running a promotion, would you take it to Australia knowing how much you're gonna lose? And he said, "Hell no." And I said, "Why not?" And he said, "Because I ain't got the money. So I'm gonna go, yeah, knowing I'm gonna lose my ass. I'm gonna go because you think I got the money for it. That's insane. You know what I mean?"
Let's see. Rain saying whoop, whoop. Shout out from Wolfpack, Maine, and the pack. And Wolfpack was at the Legend. I had a chance to meet him. Does some
Can you
incredible
mention that
artwork. And
again?
Jeff, I think you know Wolfpack as well, don't you?
Yeah, I've checked out his stuff. He does a lot of good videos supporting JCW. Jay, I wanted to ask you, we get a lot of positive comments about the introductory vignettes like the Green Phantom and Father Bronson. Top shelf production, whether it's the way it's shot, the things that are said. How do they like get put together? Is it just a different case depending on who it is? How heavily involved?
Those guys are doing that themselves.
That's crazy.
Because they're soldiers. Because they're the real deal. Those guys are doing that themselves. They know we're bringing them in, and they want to make the biggest impact they can. You know what I mean? And those guys are soldiers, man. They're smart. They're geniuses. They're able to do that. They're able to do the filming. You know, like I'll help. I'll write the script or something. You know what I mean? For like one of the Green Phantom ones or something. You know what I mean? But they're out there doing it, editing it, and dropping a voiceover. You know what I mean? And it means a lot to them to be coming in. You're like, that's the kind of energy you want, man. You want guys. You don't want guys that are sitting in the corner waiting on their paycheck. You know what I mean? You don't want that type of energy in the back. You want guys that this is one of the coolest things they've ever done. See what I'm saying? That's who you want in your dressing room, man. That's when you're gonna get that magical camaraderie. You know what I mean? They're gonna feel that audience and be want to be a part of it, you know. And a lot of times it works if the wrestlers are juggalo because they understand how special juggalos are and how unique the subculture is, and they want to be a part of it and they want to impress it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, these guys are soldiers, they're warriors, they're doing that themselves. You know what I mean?
Ed Smash with the super sticker saying, "Violent J, when you guys get inducted into the Celebrity Wing Hall of Fame for WWE, who would you want to induct you?"
That's so fucking dope. Win. He said win. That's a great way to look at it, man. Shit. Oh man, I would be so fucking ecstatic if that ever happened, man. It's just no way. It's not gonna happen. Might happen after we die. You know what I mean?
Hey, never say never, right? Never say never.
That's
I,
right.
I don't know who I'd want to induct. Um, Probably Vampiro if they let him.
And guys, by the way, I want to mention this again. Next week's show is a must-see television show. When you see the beginning of
Television?
next week's show and the
Is that
in-ring
still a
work and the
thing?
promo that goes down, going to be one of the hottest things I think you'll see the entire time that you've been watching JCW Lunacy. Just
Oh,
absolutely
lunacy.
blistering
Okay.
promo. Let's see. You had the Gritty Urban Saga saying, "Great show tonight. Thank you for featuring me and the Team Gritty Watch Along on the show as well. Much love."
I've seen him on Twitch.
What is the Gritty Urban Saga? What is that? Oh, he can't answer, can he?
No, he can.
No, he can't answer. No. Well, he might if he's still in here. You never know.
I was wondering if that's a YouTube channel or something. Sounds cool.
KC Lion Squad. I love watching the show with the Gritty Urban Saga. Okay, so again, somebody right there with him. And also, we haven't tried to get everybody in here. Traffic Jam saying JCW is the best show. We believe in Violent J.
Hell yeah, man. Appreciate that, man. That's awesome.
BGSP 19. What are the hurdles? What are the hurdles venues give you to have a hardcore death match these days? And what pitch do you give venues for safety to allow these type of matches?
Man, I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know if I got old and became a pussy or what, but I'll be honest, man. I am not a fan of legitimate pain. I'm not,
Oh,
man.
I'm
I'm
like,
not a
what?
fan of two guys showing off, showing how high their threshold for pain is and all that. I don't enjoy it. I don't like seeing people get hurt for real. I don't like it. I don't like guys. Oh, look how much pain I can take. I just don't like it, man. Like me and
Jimmy
Shaggy were
likes it,
both
you
doing
guys.
commentary one time, and we had a death match booked, and they pulled out needles and they started sticking needles through each other's cheeks and shit. And even though we're live on the mic doing commentary, we both were like, "Man, fuck this shit, man. Fuck it."
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're like, this is too much, man. We don't want to see this. I'm not enjoying this. You know what I mean? Like honestly, it's like it's not. It's something different. It's not a wrestling match.
Right.
You lose
No.
the art of telling a story and I probably sound like a bitch right now. People are like, no,
Yeah,
no.
For
that's what
sure.
he's
Man, you
like.
lose the art of like telling a story and showing how good you can fake it, right? And you start involving real pain and shit. I would die if somebody caught a slice of glass through the neck, man, and was crippled or had a stroke or something. I'd never forgive myself because I booked him in a barbed wire fucking exploding death match. I would be like, why did I do that? I'd hate myself forever. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody to get hurt in our ring. I don't want anybody suffering real injuries. I don't want anybody showing off their pain threshold. I don't like it, man, and I don't want to see it. It's always the same ending. Look what I did for my body, and I got nothing. It's like all these scars and bruises and cuts and fucking everything, burn marks, and I got nothing. I don't want to contribute to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's some
It used
bullshit.
to be, I had
Sheesh.
answered this question recently on another podcast, and I was saying that the difference between the syringe spots and this crazy wild shit that they do versus the older days when you had tables and you had
Right.
chairs like the metal chairs ringside, and maybe even a wooden chair that would break and you get a spike out of it. Those type of things were things that were found around the ring. So they were believable items to have during one of these crazy matches. Having needles, hypodermic needles filled with stuff and going through the cheeks and pizza cutters and all this other shit. None of that actually was around in the older days. And in the older days, they could tell a story with simply beating the hell out of one another, good versus evil, and using simple items that were necessarily right around the ringside area. Outside of that, all the other shit is just shit. That's all it really is, just shit.
Well, I try not to sound like one of these guys that say, "Oh, wrestling was so much better in my day." I think wrestling is still just as good. I think it just moves at a much quicker pace. And I think it's a lot more athletic showmanship, like flipping and flying and things like that.
Yep.
But death matches seem to be more relevant today than ever.
Oh, yeah.
They're everywhere. Death matches are everywhere. You know what I mean? But man, I just don't. I just okay. Like the other day, a couple months ago, we had
Mm.
Pondo versus Moshpit
Oh
Mike,
yeah, right. That's what
and
I was just talking
Pondo
about.
had a knife and was cutting Moshpit Mike in the forehead with a big butcher
Didn't he
knife.
put
You
it
know
through
what I
his
mean?
tongue or
Man, that
something?
got
It's tough.
dissed hard in the chat. You should have read it.
Yeah.
They were dissing the shit out of that, man. And I'm like, man,
They're little
it doesn't
bitches.
belong here anymore. It used to be something we focused on, but man, I don't like it. I just grew out of it somehow, man. And I don't blame it on my age. I blame it on my wisdom, man. Like I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? I just don't enjoy it no more. I enjoy great looking gear. You know what I mean? I enjoy gear that looks fantastic. You know what I mean? And
I
they don't
like
want to
good
get blood all over
outfits.
their shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? And rips in it from the barbed wire and everything. I just kind of grew
That's
out of
true,
all
I
that,
guess.
man.
But
I don't mind blood in a match either. Blood for me in a match makes sense if it's a blow off match, but if you
Sure
do it
it
all the
does.
time, then it loses impact that way.
But do you want the camera all up on it as a guy slicing a dude's forehead open for real with a butcher knife? You know
Yes.
what I'm
No.
saying?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I like the magic much better when you
Fuck
do
is
that.
you talking
Kurt
about?
Jerker saying JCW
I
for
don't.
life.
I do this the whole
Apple
time.
TV, YouTube, IMAX, or
He just
anywhere.
hit the camera.
Fuck Paramount.
Mhm.
Whoop, whoop. So, okay. We got a few more in here, then we'll get you out of here. Charlie saying, bring an event here to Puerto Rico.
Oh, that'd be dope, man. That'd be dope. I went to Puerto Rico one time. They had this thing. I went over there with Sonny, Sabu, Chris Candido, Oh, I got a wild story from over there, man.
I can imagine. You want to share?
But we went over there when the whole island went in the ocean and they all dip backward. They do it every 2 years. They all dip backward in the water and put their head under the water and then they dip back up. And the whole island did it. Thousands of people suddenly out of the water. We're in the water already.
You
And
are?
literally
Oh,
thousands of
Carl
people start
is.
coming in the water. And they all do this ritual. They dip back in the water and come back up, you know. And we're like, what's going on? We just did
Oh,
it too, you know what I mean?
Carl.
And it was awesome to see that. They only do it once every
I
2 years, you know.
agree.
I'll never forget. Sonny was blew out on Soma's, right? And she was had hot dogs. She was putting them on the grill, right? And she dropped the hot dog in the sand and picked it up and brushed about 3 of the sand crystals off it and put the rest on. Left them on the hot dog and put it back on the grill. And I was like, hell no!
Dinner, a hot dog and raw hamburger meat. So let's see. We also have 5018 7 photography guys. I'm
Oh,
sorry if I messed
Steve.
your name up there. And maybe Jeff knows the name better than I do. Production gets better and better each week. What a difference from even 1 year ago.
This is
Keep up the great work.
50187 photography right here. This is my boy. They do our pictures.
Oh, okay. I met him the last time that we were doing a TV taping.
That's our photographer for JCW right there. You should check out his Instagram page.
Very
He's
cool.
always posting the dopest shit, man. Listen, I love this ninja right here. I hit him up every once in a while. I'm like, hey, you got a picture of that? He sends it right over. You know what I mean? He's the
Yes,
man.
I do know what you
That's
But
mean.
very cool.
yeah, what's he say? He says production gets better and better each week. What a difference from 1 year ago. Keep up the great work. Can't wait for JCW to take over Vegas. My man.
Yeah, man. We have a lot of people in Vegas. I've gotten a lot of messages from people asking if I'm going to be there, and like, yeah, I'll see you there. We have. Okay, Jeff, your turn. What's this name?
Ah,
I would go with Mulan Marauder, but
yeah.
I don't know. That's what I would go with.
Moulin Rouge.
Moon Marauder. Moon Marauder.
I lived through all JCW incarnations and really hope more people start to support. This is the best product you've done, and I hope it becomes sustainable to live longer than previous incarnations. Respect to JCW.
You know, something about what he said is true because we will run out of money. You know what I'm saying? At some point, we just won't be able to keep going if things don't get to where we
Sustainable,
need them to
like
be.
you
You know,
said.
Yep.
what I would like to see is some type of campaign because the Juggalo world is a motherfucker. The Juggalo world is there's no subculture like that in the world. They can make things happen. The
Yes.
very fact there even is talk about ICP in the Hall of Fame like that in the celebrity wing is because of the Juggalo world only. It would never, ever, ever get considered. The Juggalos can make things happen, man, and they're powerful. Look how they marched down Washington in 2017, you know? If the Juggalos, if we get the Juggalos
Yes.
behind us to do some
JC
movement
Dub.
where they're helping spread the word, that's how. If you read the commercial that we just posted tonight, about the Mayday shows,
Yep.
at the end of that, I did some dialogue where I'm talking about we need everybody's help in this war we're fighting. We need everybody to post to help spread the word to get people to watch. Like everybody's got to be vocal. And I said, even post this very commercial on your social media. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's what we need. We need everybody to actually help from a ground level, man, because that'll make a huge difference, man. Seriously. Picture
All right, I got
out of the 3,000 people we had, picture if everybody watching tonight had somebody else watch who don't
They
normally
are
watch.
bums.
We'd have
I
6,000
bought a
views in there.
hoodie and
Yes.
a
And I
fucking
think
hat.
that's coming. I think you're going to see that many people in the room, and I think you're going to see it come rather quickly too. Retro Shred is a JCW video game possible? An N64 style hack or a new game, it would sell for sure. Evil Dead and Fat Bear Boy on the roster. Just imagine.
Terrible.
I don't know if that would sell for sure. It might not sell the numbers they want where we're at, but we will get there. That's for sure. And it will sell when it happens. But we just got to get to that level. We're still too underground. You know what I mean?
Jeff, anything that you'd like to toss in here before we close out the night?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, what would you say to people that may be a little standoffish or timid to get into JCW because they may be like, you know what, I don't understand the Juggalo culture. Maybe that's not for me. I'm just a wrestling fan. I don't know if that's for me. What would you say to those people?
First thing I would say is I totally get it. I understand that hesitation like a motherfucker. Because look, man, Slipknot calls their fans maggots, right? If they own a wrestling promotion and it was called Maggot Championship Wrestling, I would not feel a part of that. I don't listen to Slipknot. I don't know anything about them. I would not. I have no problem with them, but I would not think. I would not think that's for me. I would assume it's probably not for me,
That's
especially
because it
something like the
wasn't.
Juggalos. I would assume, oh, every show is going to be about Fago and ICP and all that. Look, I understand why people think that, but that is not true. There's very little to do with Juggalos on the show in reality. You know what I mean? It is about pop culture. The show is about society. It's not about just juggalos. It's very little to do with juggalos. You know, very few characters are juggalo driven, you know. The only thing that's very juggalo about the show is the imagination. But the way I look at it, because we even talked about what do we gotta do? Change the name to appeal to people that aren't juggalos? You know what I mean? What if we just called it lunacy wrestling, right? But number one, I'll never do that because this is the Juggalos promotion. They're the ones that have kept us alive all these years. They're the ones that's always going to be them, right? So Juggalos are going to stay in the name. But people need to look at the name like it's a renegade. That's what a Juggalo is, a renegade or an outcast. If this was called Outcast Championship Wrestling, would that be okay? Sure. If it was called Renegade Championship Wrestling, would that be okay? Sure. That's really
Juggalos
the
ruin
character Juggalo,
everything.
right? You know what I'm saying? So just because it's Juggalo doesn't mean it's
It is
totally
a
got to
catch
totally be a
22. You're
Juggalo
right,
to take it.
Carl.
That's not true. It's not a reality. When we made those changes 2 years ago,
Did you
those
say
are the
that?
changes we made. We made this so you don't have to be a Juggalo to enjoy it at all. You don't have nothing to do with ICP or Juggalos, and you can still see what is a bomb ass
That's true.
promotion.
That's
This
true.
is not
That's true, Carl.
for Juggalos by
That's true.
Juggalos. This is for wrestling fans by Juggalos.
Yes.
That's what it is.
All right, let me ask you one quick question. I'm going to let you get out of here. I see a lot of people talking about the gathering. Anything you can share about the gathering?
Oh, shit.
Just that, we just got the location nailed in. And somebody's just asking about Missouri, right? We're coming to Missouri with the gathering. What else you want?
Right.
I see a lot of people, man, they were like, when, where, and everything else. I know it's been a hot topic this past
It's
week.
probably
I've
going to
seen
be
a
in
lot on
August like
social
it always
media.
is, I'd assume. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They don't have the dates yet? We got dates now, don't we?
What's the dates?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
That's the,
think they did. I think they did. Let me pull it up here.
I think it just, if so, it just came out.
17th or something.
Yeah,
But,
it'd be around the same time every year, August or
Yeah,
late July,
Oh, it's right
August
in front of
19th
me.
to 22nd.
like it is every year.
Yeah, Max Creek, Missouri.
And we'll be back with Bloody Mania 19.
Very cool. Yeah, I saw. What's the JBL was talking about? He had gone to one of those with Ron Simmons,
Sure did.
and he was talking about the story. And that was a funny story. You need to pull that up on JBL's site if you get a chance. But all right, Violent J, anything you want to get across before we get out of here? Let's. Anything you want to sell, push, you name it. It's your show. Go ahead.
No, nothing I want to sell. I just want to tell everybody, man, thank you sincerely. Like, you know, we wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for the Juggalos, man. I mean, that's an understatement. The only reason ICP is even relevant at all is because the Juggalos are so fucking interesting and so cool. Juggalos are bigger stars than ICP. Juggalos are the whole reason we matter at all because our fan base or whatever you want to call it is so
That's
fucking dope
crazy.
and so close
Yeah, my
to each
back
other
hurts
and
also.
so incredibly supportive. That's the entire story. That's the gas in our engine.
But I will tell you
You know what I'm
something
saying?
after this.
So you take the Juggalos away, we wouldn't even be here anymore. You know what I'm saying? We would just be so lame. The Juggalos are what makes it a story. They're so unique, they got called a gang by the FBI. You know what I'm saying? That's how unique they are. They're incredible. They're like celebrities in their own.
And they're some of the nicest people too. I'm
They're the
I'll
most
say this
beautiful
because
people on the planet. They're incredible.
because when I first came in, Joe, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking I've heard about Juggalos. I don't know exactly what kind of crowd we're going to get. And man, they were some of the most welcoming, nicest people I have met. And in a roundabout way, people are going to think I'm crazy when I say this. We're talking about Detroit. Well,
Carl's back's broke.
Georgia, everybody's kind of really
Mine's
nice,
pretty
and they're
fucking
kind of like,
sore
"How you
also.
doing?" Shake your hands,
But
pat you on the back. That's very much the same way I felt about the Juggalos. They felt very much like a family, close, tight knit people.
that's because that's what.
So if anyone has anything bad to say about
There is fights there, though.
There's no
yeah,
fights.
man,
That's not true. There is fights. I've seen it.
that amazes me.
I've seen it.
That
But
amazes because you get how many people into the gatherings each year?
10,000.
How many you get in there?
10,000.
Wow. Wow. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people not having a fight. And you know everybody's having a good time while they're there as well. So, all right, we're out of here. We're going to run out of time. Violent J, thank you so much for being on the show tonight, my
JC
friend.
Dub,
Thank you
JC
guys.
Dub, JC
Yeah,
Dub.
man. You guys were great. You guys were great as always. Jeff, you're the shit. You already know I'm on your nuts like a baboon. And man,
It's all good.
you
man.
did
I
great
love it.
tonight, man. On the show, man. You had great facials, great seriousness. You're really schooling, man. I was gonna send you a text, but then I was like, I'm gonna see him in a minute
Yeah.
anyway. You know what I mean?
TOK.
I appreciate that very much, man. I really do. And you know
We were
that.
just listening
Guys,
to
we'll see
Violent
you again
J
next
on
week. Same
that
time, same place.
podcast, on my
Thursday nights, you'll
podcast,
find
I
us
guess.
right here. At least two of us. Violent J might not be here, but he'll join us
I'll be
again.
back. I'll be back.
He's going to be back. We'll see you later.
Woo woo.
All right, there we go, guys. Sorry to have to watch that whole thing on my own broadcast, but let's see. Yep. Oh man, Carl, that drive used to be fucking crazy. Such a long drive. I just feel like this one's gonna be like Cave-in Rock with a view, like I keep saying. But so let's see what we thought about everything. What was that? What just fell, you guys? Hey, why is this on the floor? What the fuck? First of all, meat was on the floor. Second of all, did anyone see something fall? Because that sounded like something fell. I heard it. I'll have to rewatch the video to find out. You heard it, right? It sounded like something fell. So, you guys, I'm going to share this with you because it happened. You know how I've been doing really good with my TikTok Go content, and there's a lot to talk to that. But yeah, I don't know what it was. I was like, I always put in a lot of work with my, my ICP and psychopathic and all of my any promotion or anyone I like. I do put in a lot of work on my own end for not like a reward. You know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of like bummed out about it. 'Cause anyone that comes into the Juggalo world hits me up pretty immediately after coming in because I'm always tagging them or because I like to do things correctly. It's my OCD. It's the whole thing. But anyway, Violent J sent me a text. I'm in a text DM and said, I really like your content. And I said, "Aw, you guys, it was this. It's just the way the universe works. It was like the same day. Yeah, he did. It was the same day that it was like the day after. I was like kind of salty. I was just thinking about how much time I put into it and how they've never even followed me, and now he's following me. So, but it's just how the carnival works. So like, stop being a bitch. And I was like, you're right. Fucking shit. But yeah, I thought that was fucking dope. So I wanted to share because you all know how hard I work at all my shit. Maybe, maybe not. You probably have no idea. You do.
What was it?
Because you help capture some of the moments. Probably. He was very smart about it. No, I don't know. So I thought that was cool. And let's see. And another cool thing, like I was saying, is yeah. So I also was asked by TikTok Go to be one of the official, some people in my Discord already know this, be an official content creator for the official account for TikTok. So I will be making videos like, hey, did you know that you can make money on TikTok by posting your travel videos? Kind of shit. um, there's like a handful of us, like literally. I think I might be going out to LA, so I have to hit up Jelly because there's like a big thing going on out there for the star creators. They're having us out there, and we're going to a hotel, and then we're all going to Universal Studios, I guess. I'm also going to New York this weekend to film content in Times Square, and I'm hosting a Boston shit in downtown Boston in this super nice hotel. So I'm really putting in a lot of work, and now I'm getting a lot of reward out of it. I just got paid yesterday, got $1,000. What? So if anyone is ever interested in doing this, anyone can do it. If you live somewhere that has a hotel and people stay there, I'm like, no one's going to stay at this hotel, but they do. I don't know. I literally, yesterday, I had a huge day. I had 3 hotel sales in one day. It's never happened to me before. But I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I have more? I have a lot of hotels. You know what I mean? So people, I'm like, why are people even going to hotels? Like I question the whole process of traveling all of a sudden. But then I'm like, no, people need hotels, and people are going to start realizing you can save money on TikTok, and they're going to be booking them, and they have been. So what? Things are happening, you guys. Now I'm like, I think I might go out to Vegas. I had stuff planned. I had a big JCW angle. 'Cause I want to uplift JCW as much as the like Carl, like anyone that loves JCW. I love seeing it thrive. I love that more people are loving it, and I want it to be actually what Carl was exactly saying. I want it to be self-sustaining unit so that it's growing and just feeding on itself, you know. So if you didn't know, Jasmine had me on her podcast after the gathering last year. So we became friends. We talk here and there or whatever. And Vito also sees me because I tag him, and he's on social media. So I figured when I had my meeting with TikTok, they were like, "Hey, we really love that you do go to concerts, and we want you to be like a expert travel content creator, kind of." And I'm like, "Are they seeing I'm going to ICP?" But they didn't care. They were like, "Whatever, just make sure you film it and put it in the thing, you know." And I was like, "All right, say less." So then I started thinking, what if I interviewed the wrestlers and found out what their favorite things to do, and I put a whole proposal together anyway, and I had times blocked out with Jasmine and Vito and a bunch of people. I had this big master plan going, but then my agency wants me to go. I'm going to New York this weekend, and then I'm doing a Boston thing in a couple of weeks. So I'm like, I can't go off to Las Vegas. But as it gets closer, I'm like, it's such a good opportunity for me to get content. I already like the stuff I have ideas for is so fun. So I'm still up in the air, but I don't know. I still feel like it would be worth it. And then I watch something like that, and I'm like, I want to help because, like I said, I'm working with TikTok, so they're gonna be pushing it out. You know what I'm saying? I get, I have crazy numbers now. I don't even know. It's just, it's just crazy. When TikTok is on your side, they can push you out to whoever. So I'm with that. I'm also one of the chat moderators over there, so I've definitely stepped into a role on their in their team over there. So you know, yeah, I know he would. I bet. Yeah, right, right. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Can you imagine Kurt actually meeting Jasmine though? Oh my God, it'd be hilarious. Did you bring me anything? Oh shit, what? Where is he from? Oh, Texas. I wonder how far that is for him. Thank you, sir. Do you have a water?
No.
All right. Carl, did you see I got my make sure you follow fucking Carl comment in that chat at the last moment? I hope people saw it. I'm like, make sure you follow him and download his stuff on that shit. Oh, really? I didn't know it was that much. I just thought he was making comments on it because I was going to be on the show, you know? I didn't know it was a whole last thing. That's great. That was fun, though. I'm gonna be right back. Is there anything you want to talk about? Ready, set, go.
No.
I have to go. Oh, let me take this on. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What?
Go ahead, make it.
Not tippy. Cocaine's at 300 downloads. Fire. Yeesh.
It's fucking cold. Brr. You are? Oh shit, nice. Oh no. 24. Jeesh. Josh, man, you're starting to fucking get old. 25. It's over the hill. It's all downhill from there. No, it's not. Just kidding. Brr. I feel like it's cold. No,
No,
no.
not necessarily.
I. What do I have for pictures here? Anything? That's like not even on the screen correctly. That's kind of better. Oh, maybe like that. What do we got? That's the new gathering spot. We did look a lot at that. So, not done any further. Oh, here's some of Carl's creations as we're going past. Look at this shit you got. Yeah. Did you hear me? It's about the age I developed a raging drug addiction. Don't do drugs, jocks. Be better. Hell yes. Yeah. Whoa. You saw that Wista show? The tickets go on sale tomorrow morning, actually. Is on okay. Did two new attires. Alright. Feel like there's one that from the blast from the past. Is that not in here? Okay, well, these are the Warp Tour, November 14th and 15th. Okay. Then they're on this tour right now, I feel like. What is it? I can't read that. Okay, what's the date now?
Date right
The
now.
9th? Oh, they're not on this tour yet. It's coming up though. So if you guys are into Clockwork E, bow, 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 there you go. Here's the dates. We got Tech out on tour. Bum bum ba. It's actually Carl. Carl. We'll be out on tour. Right. Yep. That's the small. We got Rocklahoma. Um, that one is in Oklahoma, so no, it's not really appealing to me. Aftershock. This one, it looks like there's just a lot going on every single fucking day. I love that your brother's going to Suicide Boys and he's like, I don't know, I'm kind of concerned.
He said he was like, I'll be listening to that emo shit.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's a crazy looking day. So here's the full flyer for the stuff coming up. No, this is just the show coming up. Hold on. Did you upload
Big State Park under
the
an
new flyer?
overpass. What?
The new flyer?
What no flyer?
The whole tour. ICP, like something wisdom.
It's not in there? Yeah, I
No,
don't know.
no. I have it on my phone. If you do. So yeah, tomorrow morning, I'm not even gonna tell everyone because I don't want them all to buy tickets before me, but I have my alarm set already. You wouldn't like Jiffy, ain't got no nuts. Why don't you try these? Scared and I'm staring at her butt cheeks.
I know she loved me.
You wanna?
Squeezing these and lovey-dovey.
Really? Oh, that's cool. He says, legit, I'll find the video. It was one of the loudest tech crowds I ever heard. They were screaming the lyrics. I have video somewhere. That's fresh. I love good crowds. I hate bad crowds because as most of you know, I'm a professional fan.
How about a kissy, smoochy, poo, pop, pop? Her daddy's dome to my nugget. Didn't like the bitch anyway.
Judas Priest.
Fuck it.
Geez, that's not like the same like type of music. So yeah,
There it's
people can
in
make
there. You just
decisions.
gotta refresh it.
All right. All right. So, new and improved flyer. We got ICP, Insane Clown Posse on tour. Um, Cleveland, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, WKRP in Cincinnati. No. Okay. So Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Sturgis, Columbus, Ohio, St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, Denver, Colorado, Anaheim, California, Riverside, Sayersville. Oh, then, okay, so that's all like the beginning of the year. And then September, just rando. And then we get to the good part. Sayersville's first. Sayersville, Philly. I guess this is the Poconos, from what I heard from the Scrubs. And then Worcester. How is it ending on Hartford and not Worcester? That's pretty. You're going to be. I mean, a bunch of us will still be at the Hartford show, but who does something like that? Who goes? Who ends on not Worcester? If you have the option, skip Hart. No, don't skip Hartford. But my lumpy little brother Josh. Oh shit!
You got you lumpy.
He's so lumpy. So yeah, that's a decent little warning, anyway. Maybe they're just trying to get some extra money for the gathering. Because I mean, this is early for us to buy tickets for October. I do love that they'll be here in October. October. It's smart of them to be out here in October instead of close to Detroit, because then everyone will still go to Detroit. That's from over there.
Sure.
Some people you know, I did hear the tickets were like $100 or something, maybe more.
Beyonce.
Oh, I don't know. Sure, I'll be up before 10 o'clock and I will be online buying my tickets because I'm psychotic like that. But I don't like missing out. And if anyone knows Angie, today's her birthday. Happy birthday to Angie. She's on her way home from Florida. She picked up a box, she said, from Jaden. He called us and told us he was sending it, but she has confirmed that we're getting a box of treasures. Ugh, I know. I have to get now that she has a box of stuff for me, she has to make time for me. We've been trying to get together since my birthday, and my birthday's in January. So now it's her birthday. And that's crazy. I haven't seen her since that show, whatever that was. When last time you saw her was the last time I saw her, right? Weren't you
Yeah,
gonna crash car at
yeah,
the fucking
right,
tech
yeah.
show?
She was supposed to come down a couple times, but she
Right, that's what
never.
I'm saying.
Yeah. Now, did we see her once after that? Twisted played after that, right?
Oh, was it twisted?
Oh, I don't remember. I mean, yeah, it was.
No, my father's birthday was yesterday. My dad's. So I talked to him. So what are you, an Aries there? Is that what this is right now? I'm asking you, like you have any knowledge of even what you are, barely. If you didn't know it was a lion and a Leo, you wouldn't know shit. Man, you know what was funny when why is this open? Close that. All right. Um, is when you are streaming stabbing people the other night. We went on and on. It would be a good uh, game just naming artists that played the gathering. We were going on like every time we'd stop, I'd be like, "Oh yeah," and you could go on forever. I mean, you can make
Well,
up
we
names.
can, cause.
You can make up names for the second stage, third stage, or whatever. But yeah, it was someone new in the chat or something.
No.
Someone was just asking who's played there is what the question was. I feel like no.
Yeah, something like that.
Bow, bow, wow. Sorry. Oh, right. Okay. He could be lurking. Let's see, what else?
That's you that got stabbed, Justin Allen. He was pissed. He tried to mace me.
Sheesh. I don't give a fuck. What? I am really looking forward to October, but let's not get ahead of ourselves because I have like 14 trips prior to that fucking date. Got a lot going on, and I don't have like any of it half written down, which is crazy for me. I'm just like vibing, going with the flow, not worrying or stressing out. Just all those shows I just showed you, there's like four at least. Time to plan. Mm. I know we just talked about it, but it's not like it's hard to keep in mind when it's not your thing, you know. But tickets go on sale tomorrow morning. If you haven't remembered that, I'm not going to remind anyone else because I don't want everyone buying. But I saw that it was divided into general admission, upper balcony, the round half circle booths, and I feel like there was one more like upper, maybe like it was those side balconies
Where?
like at the Palladium, like those VIP areas,
What
kind
about
of.
them?
When I went on the site today looking at tickets, there was like four options. I felt like.
Well, they do like tables. I feel like you can
Did
rent
you
a
just hear about
table.
that?
No, I guess
Cool.
not.
I said general admission, balcony, the half circle tables, and
Mm-hmm.
then they said like upper balcony or something, some other weird thing, and I was like,
Yeah, then
so maybe it is
probably
the
yeah
side
those
things.
stairs. Yeah,
It's probably super expensive.
the side piece VIPs. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We watched. I think Adam brought us up for a show there or somewhere else. Maybe I don't remember.
No, that was at House of Blues in Boston or something.
Oh, oh God.
We're
House
like
of
up
Blues.
on the side. I think it was House of Blues.
Boston. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Seen a couple people. Seen a
Bro,
couple
seeing
people
that
off
kind of stuff is
off
almost, it
yeah.
almost warms my heart with how many times I've been kicked in the back of the skull by people, but I don't want to wish ill on people.
We've seen a few people or felt a few people hit the floors there a couple times. Seen someone fucking stage dive off the stage at Hoppo's and fucking everybody just got out the way because ain't nobody trying to catch someone jumping off of that.
Nope, and Harpo
And
stage
you
is really
felt them
high
hit
up.
the floor.
Yep, definitely is. I bet you've probably seen a lot of good, not good. Oh man, we've seen some good stuff. It's just on like that train of terror tour, just because, or like it just, I guess, because you get used to the time layout or whatever. But that one guy
I
was
mean,
sitting there fucking all against the wall, all fucking fucked. You took picture of him. That's the only reason I remember.
seen a lot of people being pulled out of a lot of venues.
Remember when there used to just be a constant cycle at Worcester of ambulances?
They just be in and out.
Oh, it was wild. Ah,
Nah.
no, I don't think so. Well, I don't remember stuff, but I don't remember it. Oh, that's cool, Josh. He said Sarah and Giggles are both going to be there. They met a group of juggalos at the haunted house. They were working last fall, and they're all coming to the gathering this summer. Juggalos connecting in the real world. What? Oh, shit. So they were stomping them. This was in Missouri. Oh, shit. Too dope. Yeah. Okay, we were outside. Oh, so well, I don't know if I'll just read the whole thing. I guess he was taking pics of a 13-year-old girl. Two dudes started beating him inside. We were outside. We seen security open the door with his face. Good for them. And throw him face first into the ground by our feet and let it rattle, and it rattled my knees. Oh, hell yes. Then people kept jumping over the barricade and taking turns full punching him in the face. Success. They're not welcome. Goodbye. Right?
Yeah.
Correct. Hell yes. I love stories like that. When people get their comeuppance, is that what it's called?
Comeuppance.
The comeuppance, right? Okay, I just don't want to think of making up shit. Thank you, sir. Uh, and who is it? Would I know who this is? Oh yeah, nice. That's cool.
What was it? That last one, the professor shits.
The quest, as they say. Who says? I don't know. I'm the only one that says stupid shit, I guess. My goodness. The quest for the ultimate groove. You saw
Fucking
that?
jeez.
That was
Yeah.
great. I guess I do sing a lot. I don't. I almost just saying something right back to you. I'm gonna get stuck that way. We drove a company car 4 hours for the show. Hell yes. I
Got
love that you drove.
strange
Was it
all
the
on
one
the
that
side of it.
Lardy was on? Because I don't think she was on all the tour dates. Because of that tour and just the gatherings and stuff, I've now seen Lardy like 6 times or something really silly. Yeah. Yeah, there was like definitely a half and half situation because we saw Lardy on our side over here.
I feel
In
like he did.
Hartford and in New Jersey. We saw her at that same place that we saw.
I feel like he did a couple fucking legs of that
He
tour or
did,
something.
yes. That's why we saw him. We didn't like follow it, but like he came one time and we went to two or something. Then he came another time, and I feel like we went to two, or at least one. I know who Haystack is, but I didn't know about this whole back. Did you know about this backstory?
Yeah.
Right. So I think so. You can't just block everyone. You have to handle the situation probably. So who knows? Because I am not familiar with that. What a life, you know. When you were talking, Carl was in the chat with you, and like the guy you were just, he was just saying should be in the chat that today was coming to the chat that you were telling all the info when you were playing the other
Okay.
night. I'm just listening to you talk, and I'm like, what a fucking crazy fucking life, I don't know. It's just like, oh yeah, that happened, this happened. I'm like, you could go on for hours.
Yeah. Good.
You good? You're rubbing your eye. Mm-mm.
I'll just slam like.
Ooh, okay.
I mean,
Slams.
on the
What
train
is the
of.
wildest slam you've seen? Good question. I remember at the Green Book tour, a one-legged man got full stalling suplexed in the pit. Oh shit. He was in the air for like 15 seconds. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's a lot. I can't think of any. I can't think of any off the top of my head, of course. In the pit too. Oh, thanks. You have any? No.
Oh, I can't think of. Maybe
Hmm.
just people jumping off those fucking off
Tables.
the balconies into the fucking pits and shit. What tables?
When was it? Where was that? I remember that too. Um, what did I say?
About tables?
Oh yeah. I don't remember. I can't remember now. Oh my God, right. That night was insane. They definitely oversold it.
They used to make her come in with one of those helmets
Helmets,
on. She used to have rock a helmet to that bitch.
so crazy. They're like, you get concussed too many times, we're not being sued. Yep, a helmet. She literally had to wear a helmet to shows. Crazy talk.
But yeah,
She
anytime you'd
always
be
got
coming
knocked
in,
out.
yeah, she'd always be just up front, fucking in a chair or fucking being pulled out.
Yeah. Ah, that's amazing.
You're
Yeah,
like,
she goes
no,
hard.
no. Oh my God.
Jeepers. Little loco. But yeah, if it's a rental, I probably not. Do you know, are you going to be, do you have anything scheduled for that time period? Is it going to be to finagle or are you going to just be able to come there? Because that would.
Oh, they don't see like you got nothing if him and Rick are fucking planning on
Right.
boxcarring it.
Yeah,
Fucking
nice.
boxcar Willie and shit.
Boxcar Willie. Yeah, I like that one. Isn't that the Mickey Mouse?
That Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat. Oh, yeah. I'm like, there's something. Oh,
He ain't got
good.
shit scheduled.
I'm excited. I have so much scheduled ahead of this. I do have somewhere rented just in case. Not even just in case. This is my plan. But I have a lot of stuff coming ahead
For
of that.
sure.
Oh, yes. Hell
You
yes.
said it's like 2 hours away or something.
Right. So where, so yeah, and I think it's like 3 hours, and St. Louis is 3 hours. I know that. And I think Casey's maybe a little further, but I don't remember actually. But I have pictures of it though, so let me check. Let me get the pictures. This is from Springfield. It's like 2 hours. From Kansas City, it's like 3 hours. And from St. Louis, it's 2 hours and 43 minutes. That's to the campsite, and then another half an hour to the final destination. How this is. So it's 27 minutes away. Oh, am I not showing this? This whole time I'm showing you
No.
guys all kinds of cool stuff. Sorry. Sheesh. Yeah. So I can fly into Casey or into Springfield. It seems like Springfield is closer. I haven't looked at prices, but the one day I did, they were looked ridiculously high. So I'm not sure what that's about. Like, sheesh. uh, okay. So they redid it. You do? I feel like, how far is it though? Because, well, we have a small airport already, so they might connect. Who knows? Oh, love that. And I love flying out of Providence already, so I already know what I'm getting there. Not Logan. Sure. I appreciate you. That's cool. Yeah, I just have to figure it out. I flew to Columbus from St. Louis when I went to the gathering last year. Okay. You just flew that distance? Oh, to the gathering. Okay. How far of a flight is that? It can't be that far. Oh, Columbus, Ohio. Right. I was thinking Columbia. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm so stupid right now. I'm not stupid. I take that back. But the last one was like four, and all gates were separated from each other with nothing in them. Once you were in, it was like a prison. Yeah. Okay. I don't like that either. Some of them are like that. Like I've landed in places and wanted to go outside, and I'm like, it's a whole ass re-entry situation. It's gonna take forever. I got a picture of myself at the one in did I send that to you? They had like the measurements in bricks, so I was measuring myself in front of it. It was in the airport in Miami, or it could have been in the airport in whatever layover we had. It was cool though. Going to the Dominican Republic in June also. 2 hours is long enough. Yeah, as long as you don't have luggage, because we got refused once at the airport for we knew we didn't have uh, we knew that it was a fast check-in process because it's Rhode Island, so like, perfect. Last time we got there too early, so this time we were like, we're gonna wait, and we were literally just sitting at home waiting for time to pass. And then we went to the airport, and they were like, you can't check these bags. Your flight's in 45 minutes or whatever. And I was like, right. So and they're like, yep, your bags have to be here an hour in advance. I'm like, the plane's right there though. Like it's not like a huge ass airport but she said, well, you can go because we were going to Krista and Rocco's wedding in Las Vegas. Actually, this was in 2022. I think they got married. Um, so we were flying out there, and they were like, nope. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? What are we gonna do? And they said, you can fly out in the morning at 6 a.m. And I was like, we had a nice like 2 o'clock in the afternoon flight so that it could be, cool, mellow day. Then we had to go home and wait, go to sleep, wake up early, and then go back and get there a day late. And what our plans was the first day. Oh, but our first day's plan was to go out to the Grand Canyon, spend the day there, back, check into the hotel, and whatever. We had planned an extra day to go to the canyon, or maybe I was going to check in, and then in the morning we were going to get up and go to some place. But instead, it's like we went on a different flight, so we actually ended up going that day. Right when we landed. We were supposed to get there the night before, and I did call the hotel, I think, and change it. They let me change it. Yeah, right. And even you can still have luggage and a backpack on most planes. I feel like, right? I know on our airline that we fly on,
Two
you can.
personal items.
Just one of those
A
small
backpack
rolling
or
backpacks. I mean, not backpacks, luggages, like a
yes.
solid luggage. So our airport's so small, and their planes are small, so they're always like, we know that they're going to take our luggage and check it in. So I just have tons of stuff that when I get to the gate, they're like, oh, they'll check this in for you, and it'll go straight because we always have a layover also. But they'll check it straight through, so we don't have to deal with it the whole time instead. So we have had layovers. We have been stranded in cities a couple of times. Once was in Philly, and we had Krista and Rocco pick us up. So that was convenient because our flight was canceled to the next day. But we do travel a lot, so that's pretty good. Most stuff we do. We only got in one car accident and only broke down once. All those gatherings that we drove to. So that's like 2 hours. Like, I mean, we drive to like 17 maybe. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Crash. Nobody we knew crashed, but
We were in the
broad.
car.
Oh yeah, but we did. We
I,
did.
like that's close
We
enough.
we.
What do you mean? No one we knew. It was us. We were in the car. What? Yeah, that was good though. Back in Crystal Forest days. What's this place going to be called, you guys? Is it have it's going to have a
So
name. That's a big responsibility, Rob. I'm sure he's up for the challenge. But any guesses? Anyone have any suggestions? It's exciting now. Oh,
Downloads since this morning. Fuck.
hell yes. Everyone supporting the Muon Marauder. Hell yes. Love team merch. I love, you know, with my friends.
As is
Yeah.
tradition.
Glad your 2K is doing good. Thursday, so that means there was no Shaggy show today, so that was a bummer. But they're gonna be on tour coming up like Sunday or Saturday. Let me see that flyer. I'm hoping these allergies go away soon. I didn't take my pill today, actually. Um, Here's the flyer. Can you see that whole thing?
I
Nope,
guess
because I'm
not.
not putting it up. There you go. I know, I know. He put up a post after the fact, 'cause I'm sure they just kept getting asked. So here's the poster, so you can see it now. Yes. Just wanted to show everyone again because they went on pre-sale today, but I didn't have. Well, I did have the info. Look at this bird. Oh, well, you guys can't see that. All right, so that's you leave soon, but not that soon. It's still the 9th. Let's see. Let's look at one of the pictures in the book. I don't know. Whichever one. You're trying to hurt me. These things are heavy. All right, let's look in the Stranglemania one since that's right. Since that's coming
You
up.
can take those ones out so they don't fall out.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Let's see. Oh man. JCW Volume 1, right? So we have all the hotline numbers. Think any of them have a different, do you think they all just disconnected forever so people would stop calling them?
Yeah, you didn't pay that bill, they're getting cut off unless they gave that number to somebody
Well,
else.
that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying if they gave it to someone else, would they be like, no, fuck this? Some people are going to be calling them. I mean, oh my
Oh,
goodness.
there it is, Carl.
Yep.
Shout out to Carl.
Yep. Shout out to Carl. This was a
Shout
Christmas
out to the
gift.
fucking Iron Sheik for
Yes,
get
I figured I'd
fucking
just start there.
humbled your ass right quick.
Dun dun dun. This is the cover. And this is going to be a big event out there in Vegas coming up. Not this weekend, but next weekend, right?
Something, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, massive shout out to Carl. I posted this cover on TikTok and then opened it up and was going through it. It got banned right away because of the front picture. I was like, oops. Didn't even think twice about it. Now that I looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, I can see how you're not allowed to have that on there at all. It's definitely not allowed to have anything that gory just for the public consumption over there on TikTok. But so there's that. We'll just start there. Here you go. And then you got this. If you like JCW, buy the book, support the troops, or whatever. I mean, it's really good. It's worth the money. The boys, as they say. Definitely,
You might
Carl.
not
I have
like
not. I have
Big
not even looked
Flame,
at it.
Neil, and Bob either, too.
What?
Big Flame
Oh
was in
yes,
there too.
exactly. I almost started on that page. Here's the introduction page. Look at that fucking capture. This book is, you saw it in real life, Carl, so you know it's legit. It's nice and heavy. It's solid,
Hmm.
nice, really good quality merch. So grab it while the grabbing is good. I mean, I feel like they probably have a bunch, but definitely. Yeah, it's fucking great. I have literally not looked at it yet. There's so much to see. Like I said, I wanted to spend like a whole night like looking at it together. Or else I'm not gonna ever see it. But there's a lot of freshness in there. So much stuff.
They got every
It's fucking
every
dope.
JCW show and date and everything in the back of this.
Oh, that's like the appendix or whatever. It is an appendix. Look
Appendix
at me.
2.
I'm a stupid smart girl. Let me push my glasses up.
Sheesh.
I like appendixes.
All JCW shows from 1999
Stop it.
until, holy shit,
The book's fresh, y'all.
till 2025.
What year? First match it wrote
12.
down. Shit. What was the match? Shit.
Versus fucking the Rude Boy. GCW Volume 1. You know
Right.
what I mean?
We have that.
I don't know if we got Volume 1
Yeah,
yet,
no,
but
the
we got
coloring
like,
didn't look
we got 2 and
familiar
3.
to me, but I forget a lot. And then looking at the book.
But
I love the appendix.
right here after Tony lit up Jay's head with the fire.
Shit, yes. We have basically,
The picture's like right after that.
you
Yeah.
know, because the same head is all fucking. Wish I had gotten my nails done. Which is kind of coming through. I should get. Yay, Tony. Sure. I love that Tony got the big pop and hit lit the clown on, in fire. Yup, everyone was definitely gasping. Times. Sorry. Now I'm just like, I can't
Leaning
do it
into it.
more. I am a little bit. I'm trying to make it more intentional than just being like a artistic fucking tip or something. Oh man, so obviously they'll have wrestling at the gathering. Where are
Same.
these next shows? I didn't even get that flyer.
Are the same places that they've been.
They say those people are the real MVPs. They're going to the shows, they're holding it down for the live professional fan. I might get yeah. Now starting giving them names, like you say.
Topos,
Nope,
the
they're trying to call them the Vault, There's something else.
The place is called the Vault. No?
Oh, is it?
Like I thought that's the name of the fucking
JCW
venue.
Arena. They're
Yeah, I
calling
don't
Harpo.
know.
It's like,
Yeah, that's what every place that they fight
yeah, they're doing good. It's like their job, their side gig, because they're free. You know what I mean? So they should be doing their part. They should all be wearing merch, because that would help. Obviously, if everyone there bought the merch and wore it and flexed it and showed how dope it was. Um, but it's not like it's their job to do it. But I take it serious. So that's why I'm a professional. No, it is. I do too. Because there's not old merch, really. That's the thing. I actually have on this. Oh, shit. Mm, forgot this whole time. I could have been flexing it. Guess who made this shirt, y'all? This would be Carl. So now I have it. I've had sit back here so you can see it. JW. So I got the Lunacy hoodie, which I love, and I got the JCW hat because I'm always buying winter hats for some reason. Yeah? Okay. Huh. I can't even, I don't remember. I'll have to look at it again. But yeah. JW. I feel like I took a minute out of my throat. Sorry, I feel like the mic was attached to that. My bad. But yeah, that's my shirt. Thanks, girl. All right. I forgot I was showing off my shirt. I had this on. I totally forgot. And then I forgot that the mic was attached to it. I can't bear it. But now they can hear me. So shout out to that podcast. We watch their podcast. Make sure you're giving them a follow. Of course, yes. I love you for making it, man. It's just dope. It's not a favor to wear it. When you make dope shit, like I feel like that about you. I'm like, thanks for getting my stuff, bro. I appreciate you helping me out. But honestly, I do have tons of stuff. So if anyone that I know out there has ever liked any of my stuff, let me know. I want to send some bottles out to people. I got tons of shit. I'm trying to bring it to the I was like, that and parade gear is like half of my gathering stuff. Now that I'm on a plane, you should see me trying to go through the fucking thing. They pulled out, they pulled my bag aside one time, and I was like, oh my God. They must be like, why do you have 20 blow up aliens, like fucking mad Mardi Gras beads, all kinds of nonsense. But nope, it was because I had a box of sugar in there, and they were like, I think this could be drugs. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, I was trying to like, I was so embarrassed. Like, oh, I was organizing a parade, like it just sounds, I just feel like an insane person, you know? Like, oh, yep, there's a water park, sure. Yep, that's true. I saw it on the map and my chat GPT told me about it. So, Josh used to go to that water park that's down the street. Water park. down the street from the venue I was talking about. I just thought you dropped it. That's cool. That's, yeah, I mean, the Ozarks seem like that area, especially seems like a touristy destination. There is a lot of wilderness out in that area, so they probably just have to have small clumps of, this is one of them. Like I said, our place, since we're flying, it's just so hard sometimes to figure out bringing stuff. But actually, luckily for us, Krista and Rocco still have our car top carrier that we gave them, and our stuff is still. So, and we do lose stuff here and there just from like gathering and get packed or whatever happened. Someone else took it by mistake, whatever. Then the next year, people usually just bring back everything they have. So that car top carrier has carried so much shit. Yeah, right. It's true. You can lug it around with them. But yeah, I wish they don't have to ship that stuff. But if it's tickets are expensive, you might be just flying in on one of the voyages because I don't know. Nevertheless. Sheesh. Anything you want to discuss or talk about there, sir?
What?
Sheesh. I don't know. No say. JCW, I guess, was mostly our topic tonight since we did just watch it and listen to a podcast about it. Yes, I do. I do have your address. I teased you about giving it out. I would never do that to anybody. So that's everything I would, even for no reason at all. Never would happen. I have all your addresses because you're all supportive homies. So thank you. I appreciate you. Even though my Etsy shop is closed down now, too much infringement on the copyright. It's my guess. So yeah, it's crazy, right? Like that's the other thing though, it's the internet and like my name's out there. Oh, I shouldn't even say saying all that, but you know what I mean? Like people can it's not like the old days where you didn't know or anything where people could be fucking at, I guess. But yeah, doxing is super still. Vito's gonna retire. Vamp at Stranglemania. Wait, what? Is that what's happening?
So it was
I
like a
kind of missed it, like I
retirement
said.
match or something.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Vampiro is?
Hmm. I don't know. Like I said, I missed it. Is he really retiring though?
I don't know the man personally or anything like that, but I feel like that's what the fucking
That's what
match
it said.
says.
I'm sorry, I missed it. I'm trying to get caught up. Vamp's retirement match is at Strangham. Okay, thank you. Oh man. Yeah, well, yeah, they're all there getting old. I can't imagine that you don't feel as old as I do. If you're a wrestler, you probably feel a lot older. It's my guess. Even if you were physically maybe in great shape your whole life, all those bumps and old age all take a toll. Your joints, it's a body. It's not like a forever thing. You got it right. Charles has to get them all. They're like Pokemon. Is that how you say that? I always feel like I say it too fucking crazily. Yeah, I thought you did. I feel like you're just smoking a blunt here.
Yeah, no,
Hmm?
right.
So it looks like, sounds like. Smoke a blunt. I heard some birds singing some songs today.
The bird singing.
Yeah, I see some plants and flowers popping out the ground. Spring is springing in New England, and I could not be happier. It could snow next weekend. I have no idea, but it's Thursday is going to be almost 70 at least, maybe. So I'm already looking into next week at the weather because I want to go out and film stuff. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I was talking to Vito, and he actually brought that up as one of our things we could do for content. I was just asking him about it earlier. I'm like, I don't really know the whole backstory, so I need to figure that out before I mean, but yeah, he's really great. He's a super good addition. He's really good at improv, like you said. Jasmine is too. She went to like that improv school over in New York, whatever that is called there. The Upright Citizens. Is that the Upright Citizens Brigade? I feel like
That is a
that's
thing.
what she was. So she went to like the improv classes and all that also. I don't know. I don't think I'm very good at improv. I'd probably just be laughing. That's my go-to, and that's not that entertaining. His wife is super sweet also. I love that he just had her come out as a closet juggalo. His name is Noelle, I feel. Who was under investigation. Okay. Jeez. It's just like time. Was the reason Vito Russell didn't address me because he was under investigation for. Okay, that makes more sense. That's what I was actually wondering. That's the obvious point. I wasn't watching wrestling. I didn't know what the backstory. He's all over TikTok. He's really doing a good job over there. Yeah, bro. It's like the mobsters because it's almost like they're not black and white, but it almost is. So it's like such a polar opposite of their regular attire, even though it is a gimmick. Somehow it still seems like so bland because they're so incredibly bright. Forget about it. Just, you probably would say it like you was here. Forget about it. Actually, going to New York on Saturday, going up to. I think I got this on Get Your Gun. So, let me put you guys on this. All right. So this is Get Your Guide. Oops. Shit. This is one of the things I promote on TikTok. So I'm going to this on Saturday. here. It has this piece of that juts out into the fucking open like that. It looks sketchy as fuck. No, it has a glass floor too.
It's like the one down there below that.
Yeah. No, this is just right here. It's just this piece of glass, I think.
Oh, it looked like there was one
Oh, a floor
on the
down there.
floors down
Okay.
there. A little
This looks pretty cool. Getting nervous just looking at it. Hey guys, I'm going to this place. Isn't that crazy? Like I'm just looking at these pictures, getting nervous, but see, look at that. Yikes.
you can see it right there.
Shit, they base jumping? Is that a thing? I don't think you're
Yeah,
supposed to
probably.
do that.
I don't know. Like that.
You saw that? That's cool. Got tickets, like I said, get your guide. Everything is 10% off right now on TikTok. So if there's something in your town, like we went to the one in Boston, it was dope. Instead of sitting home on the weekend or just during the week, whatever, go do something. Take pictures, have memories, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Lizzie does not like heights. She came into that whatever with us, that observation um
Oh, the
Ferris
Ferris wheel.
wheel in Miami, and she was miserable. Pajamas wouldn't even I seen Lizzie post about it, and one I told her about when I did the Sears Tower when I stepped out and made a crack noise and my knees legit started shaking uncontrollably. I bet. I bet. I mean, we went on the one at the Grand Canyon that goes out over the Grand Canyon, and you can't bring cameras or anything, so that, but I was better on walking like not on the glass part, like being against the side more. But it was pretty wild to be able to look through the floor, right? It was scary
They
because
didn't
like
let
you
you
like
have your phone out there.
no,
No video of that.
no. I have picture of it from far away. I mean, not picture, video of it. And yeah, okay. It's a fucking TikTok ad. So this kid just you see that kid throw it off. See that guy threw a rock? That shit was fucked up, right? What the fuck is going on? So you'll see it at the beginning of the video. Let me stop. So this is the thing, then this is out over the edge. Like at the edge from where I am ends right over here by these bushes. And then it's the canyon. So this part is going actually over on the canyon. Like over the canyon. That was the snow on the way to the Grand Canyon. So this is the Grand Canyon. You see that kid threw a rock? Punk. Sheesh. Yeah, if you're interested, you should do another one of these videos. I like doing stuff. So whenever we do go somewhere, if I'm being honest, a lot of those places have ghost passes. Boof boy. Yes. Really? Shut up, boof boy. For sure. Never seen his stream. That's cool. I like that Shaggy is concerned about his name every time. People will be like just calling him boof, because like Manny probably knows him from his stream. It's just a regular name now. Uh, who? Boof boy? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, there's so many that I forget. Half the time someone will just bring up Twister, and I'm like, wait, you're from this area also? Okay. Oh, not sure. President. There's a lot of us that are like 501, Steve. And like Shane, they both are doing stuff, with ICP. Jay Shot was shouting Steve out just tonight. 50187. Follow him on Insta and Facebook. Actually, I don't know if he's on TikTok. He should be. He'd be making a killing. But. Oh yeah, I wouldn't notice stuff like that. So that makes sense. I know how. I showed you guys my video that I made for TikTok Go, and I hear my accent in it on certain things. I was like, I don't even realize that I have such an accent. I feel like in those videos I'm trying to talk very correctly, but I still can hear it. So yeah, I guess I sound like I'm from up here. I was like, so many of my friends are from the East Coast, so I don't even really think about it. Someone told us we were all very aggressive talkers. So like, we figured it out all talking one day, something. Yep, aggressive and blunt. People, a lot of people rubs them the wrong way. Better watch out. I do have your address. I could show up at your house. Forget about sending you stuff. I was gonna show up. There's a gathering at his house this year. So I'm gonna show up at Josh. Oh yeah, and we're both super nice and good people. So that's probably something that's a blessing for us both. Because otherwise we're approachable. I feel like you're probably better about it now because you have to deal with so many people. Yeah, he obviously doesn't get it because he just is actually purposely being standoffish. So I would assume that everyone knows that. Like it wasn't something like arresting anything. It was active bitch face or whatever you said. Active dickhead face. Uh, I didn't see him. No, I did. I was, like I said, I was doing always on webinar at that moment, and it's super like opposing sound, so I have to wear headphones so I can even like listen to it. And like focused during that time. And unfortunately, it tends to overrun with JCW. Yep, that's it. 40/50's house. She sucks. School tomorrow night. I know that. Why? What was Swill saying? I really don't think about my accent.
Gathering at his house, bro.
Oh. Ooh, I love that you're calling it in advance. Oh, I love you guys. My friends are the best. Tips. Oh shit. Tips. Spoon size. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Thanks for another wonderful night with the homies. Saturday. No, it's not. Today's Thursday. Saturday, I'm going to New York in the daytime. So, um, I listen to my guys. Well, anyway, just kind of love you. Yes, you too, for
Gang,
sure.
gang.
Oh.